The call came the morning after my shift. I was half asleep, the bitter scent of coffee still lingering in the air. "Mr. Cole," the voice said, calm but urgent. "I'm calling on behalf of Mrs. Margaret Leland. She passed away 3 days ago. You've been named her sole beneficiary." I laughed nervously. There must be a mistake. I barely knew her. She was just a quiet regular. "She left you $43 million, the lawyer continued. My chest tightened. $43 million? I was just her waiter. I remembered her. Always tea, never coffee, always tipping $100 every Thursday, seated alone at table 9. There was silence on the line. Then softly, the lawyer added, "She insisted. Said you reminded her of someone. She couldn't stop thinking about that night. The last time she saw you," she whispered, "you looked just like him." Then she smiled. Strange, sad, almost knowing. The next morning, I met the lawyer in his cedar-scented office. The inheritance was real, legitimate. But when I asked why me, he hesitated. "She left instructions, look in the safety deposit box at Belcraftoft Bank," he said. "She said you'd understand." Understand? I had lost everything. My wife, my home, my sense of fairness. But this didn't feel like luck. It felt like a trap. The bank manager led me into a cold, windowless room. Inside the box were dozens of photographs. Some were of me, old and recent. Then I saw her, Margaret, standing beside a man who looked exactly like me. The back read, "Leland, 1985. My father. The man who supposedly died before I was born." At home, I rifled through my mother's belongings. Old letters, bills, and a single photo. My mother cradling me as a baby. A man's arm around her shoulder. But his face had been torn off. Pieces began connecting in ways that made no sense. Margaret wasn't a stranger. She was my grandmother. And someone, my mother or hers, had tried to bury that truth. The lawyer called again the next day. "There's one more document. Sensitive." It was a handwritten confession, 10 years old. "If you're reading this, I'm gone. Michael never died. He was taken. Your mother, Elaine, knew. She took you and disappeared. She didn't want our name tied to what he did." Below the note was a newspaper clipping. "Belcraftoft Corporation executive sentenced for embezzlement and negligent homicide. Michael Leland, my father. He had stolen millions, killed a man, and vanished before sentencing. My mother had changed our names, rewritten history. The inheritance wasn't a gift. It was guilt money. Margaret's final attempt to buy redemption for a legacy soaked in blood. That night, I found my mother. She was alive, quietly living under a new name. When she opened the door, her face drained of color. "I know," I said. "You weren't supposed to," she whispered. Years of lies hung between us, silent and heavy. "You could have told me," I said. "You think I didn't want to?" Her voice cracked. "You think I wanted you to know your father was a murderer?" "My blood isn't his," I interrupted. "It's yours," she whispered. "And you were poisoned with lies." I slid the bank document across the table. "I transferred every cent to the victim's family." She stared. "That money was yours," she said. "No," I said quietly. "It was his. He already took enough from the world." "I just wanted to protect you," she murmured. "You did," I said. "From the truth. Until now." I left before sunrise. Didn't look back. The road ahead was open, endless, silent. Margaret's money was gone. So was the past. What remained was clarity. For the first time, I understood. Bloodlines mean nothing. Lies last generations. I rented a small apartment above the restaurant where I had once waited tables. Sometimes, when I wiped down table 9, I almost hear her voice. "You look just like him." Maybe I do, but I'm not him. And that, finally, is my inheritance.